welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, it's been a long time since I've done a video like this. So the FTSE 100 pre-market on the European Open. Okay, look guys, if you check back my very early videos, you will see that I used to trade pre-market in the FTSE for a long period of time. Okay, I stopped doing it because I've now shifted the way I trade. But recently some of my students have started trading pre-market on the FTSE 100. So I thought to myself, do you know what? It's been a long time since I've done a video like this, so why not revisit what I used to do, just to show as an example what I've been saying for years. And this is about the historical data, about history repeating itself. These opportunities are still here. And here's the thing, okay? If you struggle because you've got a full-time job, you've got the kids to get up for school, you've got to get breakfast, etc., etc., there's always a point in the day where you can trade. Okay, you can trade pre-market, you can trade the open, you can trade intraday on the morning session, you can trade intraday in the afternoon session, you can trade on the close. There's always an opportunity for you to trade. There's always a market open somewhere in the world, Monday to Friday, right? If it's not stocks, it's futures, etc., etc. There's always an opportunity somewhere. And listen, you know, I spoke about it recently with my interview with Trading Up, and we were speaking about molding this whole kind of experience and challenge around your own circumstances, your own life. So, you know, whatever hours that you work, what days you have off, you've got to take the kids to school, you've got to take them to football practice, swimming practice, you know, whatever. It's important that you have some kind of structure. So if you cannot scalp trade the open, for example, you know, a lot of people can't, there's always an opportunity to intraday trade. Okay, so it's important to look for these opportunities. And the thing about it is, once you've identified these things that you may not be aware of, you can implement them in your schedule. So all of a sudden, every day you're getting up. Listen, you might need to get up half an hour early to trade that pre-market position. But see, at the end of the day, you know, if you sleep for a half an hour less, the benefits in the long term way outlast that. Okay, so I know a lot of you are thinking, I'm not getting up half an hour early. Well listen, if you want to be successful in life, you need to make sacrifices, just like I did for years and years and years. Okay, you get up half an hour early, you make that trade, and then you go and do what you need to do. Okay, so there's always an opportunity here. In terms of this trade, it's the same setup. I'm not going to talk through the actual trade because I'm going to talk through it during the video. But it's important to understand that these opportunities do exist in the stock market. Okay, there's always an opportunity somewhere. Me personally, you know, I used to trade pre-market. It depends what shift I was when I was working a full-time job, and then sometimes I would have to trade the close. You know, it just depends, but you can tweak it. But the great news is there's an opportunity there for you to trade somewhere over this cycle. You know, especially futures. You know, this is one of the reasons that I stopped trading stocks a number of years ago and just concentrated on futures, was because futures are opened, well, they open Sunday night and they don't close until Friday night. They close for maybe an hour and a half per day, that's it. So they're basically open for the best part of 23 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So, you know, if you're night shift, if you're back shift, if you're day shift, if you're 9 to 5, there's always a fantastic opportunity. And this is why futures is the go-to instrument to trade. Okay, FTSE 100 European Open, it's a fantastic example of the opportunities that are available. Then you can also intraday trade it. But this is the important thing, guys. You know, a lot of traders starting out, of course they have full-time jobs, of course they have other commitments, so they don't have as much time to trade. So, you know, what's important is that you mold this around your own personal circumstances. You know, scalping, intraday trading, whatever. Some people don't like the scalp because the volatility is just too much, so they prefer to intraday trade. So this is the great thing about this industry, is that, you know, the opportunities are limitless. Okay, so but before we get into the video, make sure that you smash that like button, make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And if you want to join the Sambora trading community of over 660 traders, you can DM me on my Instagram, sambora.00, or you can email me, eduardosambora@yahoo.com. We still have traders, you know, joining every single week, and there's a reason for that, guys. There's a reason why this community has been going for 2 years and 3 months now, and we continuously have new students coming in. It speaks for itself. Enjoy this video. I hope that you get some kind of education out of this, and maybe it's opened your eyes to other possibilities in the stock market. See you again very soon for some more videos. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let me just take this position and we shall discuss what we're doing and why. Okay, so it's been a long time since I've done a video on the FTSE 100 pre-market on the European Open. You know, it's something that I've not been doing recently, is trading in pre-market. I've just not been doing it. I've been reducing my actual trades. Listen, if you look back at my earlier videos, you'll see that, you know, I was quite prevalent in trading pre-market FTSE 100 and European Open. As I said, it's something that I've not done for quite some time now. But a couple of my students have started doing it, and it just made me rethink about the fact that I used to do it, you know, 5 days a week, just before my day started or ended, whichever. It's a lovely setup here. So let's discuss why I've taken this pre-market position, FTSE 100 on the European Open. First of all, it's to do with the historical data. History repeats itself time and time again. This is a lovely setup. What we're seeing here is this is where futures opened last night. It's operated in a relatively tight price range for a number of hours, but then what we've seen is we've seen a gradual decline in the price. Okay, in the last kind of hour thereabouts, the decline in the price has actually decreased even more. So lovely little sell-off here. So I've been waiting for this sell-off to occur. We've seen a nice little rejection to the support level. So I would expect to hold this maybe for about 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. And I would expect it to return somewhere in the region of 7950. So I reckon it'll probably recover to around about this price range, so 7950. Listen, it's there. It's there in pre-market. You know, these pre-market positions are very suitable for people that have a very, very busy morning. So for example, if you cannot scalp trade the open, you know, due to other commitments, this is a good way to get a trade in pre-market FTSE 100. The only thing is you do need to be a little bit careful, because sometimes, depending on what broker you're using, when you take a pre-market position on the FTSE 100 on the European Open, the spread can be a little bit wider, and then it tightens that gap once the actual open occurs. But we can see already this little recovery. It probably will pull back a little bit, but I'm gonna hold this probably for about half an hour, and then what we will do is we will come back and then scalp trade the actual open. So it's already heading up towards that area 7950. I would expect it to surpass that. Am I going to get a huge amount of profit on this? Probably not, because the spread is a little bit wider in pre-market. But it's a good example for anybody out there that is struggling to scalp trade the European Open, whether it's the DAX or that's the other thing, by the way. You can do the exact same in the DAX. It doesn't have to be the FTSE 100. FTSE 100, the DAX, they're the two instruments that you can use to take this pre-market position. But let's hold this for a while. We come back. I said it was going to hit 7950. It's already there. I'll probably look for about another 3 or 4 points, and then we will liquidate. We shall see. We shall come back in a while. Okay, so let's liquidate, because what's going to happen is this is going to recover a little bit, and then it's going to start to pull back. So let's just take profit on this. So €300, nice, especially when I've not done this for a while, right? So that's the team. Some of the team. Let's see if they have been trading it this morning. I've not seen that many coming through pre-market. No. No, just myself this morning. Okay, look, it was a nice little return. The spread was a little bit wide. I did say it would come up and reach 7950. That's exactly what I expected to see happen. And look, as I said, it's a nice little pre-market position. It's a nice setup. You know, after the rally, there's always a pullback. After the sell-off, there has to be a recovery. And that was a perfect setup. And what you're waiting for is, especially pre-market in the FTSE 100, it's important that you kind of wait for a rapid decline or a rapid increase in the price. So you're looking for a little pullback or a little rally, and then you capitalize on that. You can see this consolidation period. So after a consolidation period, there has to be a breakout. Okay, so because it's been selling off, the breakout has to be to the bullish side. Now I kind of missed the boat on that one, so I had to wait for it to sell off. You can see there where it's hit a major support level just below 7945. Then it's recovered. I've held it. It's a nice little return, guys. It's a nice little return. I mean, you're not going to get huge returns in pre-market on the FTSE 100 because historically it is very, very slow. So it's not like pre-market on the Dow Jones where there's much more volume already in the market. Okay, so it is slow. You're not going to get a huge return, but you'll still get a nice return, nice little setup. And this is what I used to do all the time. So as I said, if you're struggling to scalp trade the FTSE 100 European Open, get up a little bit earlier. Get up half an hour earlier. It'll be worth it. Include it in your schedule. You get up, have breakfast or whatever it is you need to do, then you trade this or vice versa, and then that's you're sorted. You don't need to even think about scalp trading the Open. You can move on to an intraday trade in the morning session, pre-market Dow Jones, whatever. So nice little example. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so that was a nice little example of the fact that what I've been saying for years still applies. The historical data, history repeating itself time and time again. See you soon for another video. Maybe we will revisit some of the old ways and strategies just to show you guys that that history does repeat itself, and it's all about the historical data.